on the road with Cars for Kids.
Hey Larry, is this the place?
You at the right place, buddy.
I can park right here, right?
Ain't nobody gonna touch you, cause I got plenty of ammo.
Okay, good. Well, I'm gonna get on out. Let's go see what you got in the shop.
He's gonna bring his dog and visit here a while. Oh, me. What's going on,
It's
Lucky?
good to see you.
I've known him for a long time, and I've seen him at the Pigeon Forge.
Pigeon Forge is the last time. You know, it's an honor to be here with Larry Price.
Oh.
He's done so much with the Cars for Kids. And you know, Larry, all the time I've known you, years and years, you told me about your 66 Caprice. You told me about how it's a car that Buford could never catch, and I've never seen it in person.
But we done it as friends.
Well,
He didn't shoot at me, but we done it as friends, you know.
well, hopefully there'll be no shooting today.
Well, I got my old car in that trailer right there, and I got another old car in there. It's a piece of junk, but they'll do pretty good.
Well, let's go take a look. We'll
Let
just
me-
speak in the door.
Let me open the door, and you can get in there.
Whoa. Wow. Now that's a car, Larry. Man. Lenko. Blown big block. Dang. I like that. I like that a lot. Wow. Look at the paint job on that thing. Larry, these flames look really nice.
Well,
Wow.
it was painted on back TV on the muscle car show.
Okay, so this one's a race car, but now over here,
Well, let me tell you about this paint job here. They flew RTM Productions, flew Rick Bacon from California into Franklin, Tennessee to paint it. Took them a week, and I just painted it black.
it looks great. It looks great. The flames,
They look
fire,
real, though.
they look like it's really on fire, which is not really a good thing for a race car driver to have a car
Yeah,
on fire.
but look at the grill.
Now, is that paint or decal?
That's a decal.
That
My
looks
son,
perfect.
a design team, they make that stuff. If you'll notice over, you can see the horn in the grill.
Well, look at there.
There's
Man.
the horn right there.
Yeah, that is great. That is really
And
nice.
that is a picture of a 63 Chevrolet Biscayne that we had. And
You can see the Chevrolet down there. I think I see a bug stuck to one of those chrome pieces. Now that's realistic.
we want it to look real, don't we?
Now this car right here, this is the historic car.
Yeah.
This is the legendary car.
That Buford always wanted to run. Now we done it as friends.
But the Walking Tall movie, the Walking Tall movie is where this car comes from. This is that's the story of him and this car.
And you're in the county and city.
Wow, look at that.
It's just an old motor. Me and my son throw together.
Wow.
It's still a 30 over 427. And I can pull it out of first gear at 70. Pull it out of the second at 115.
And now everything just looks perfect in it, but I was watching the movie earlier and I noticed that it sounds great. When you get off that gravel road and you get on that blacktop and punch it, it takes off like a jet.
We done that one time and I busted the transmission out of
Yeah,
it.
it is a big heavy car.
4,200 pounds.
That's a lot of car. And you're no lightweight there, Larry. I got.
And I added another.
Yeah, I don't know.
I added another 150 pounds to it.
I don't know how much less Larry there was back then, but
Not much.
that
Not much.
that looks fantastic.
Lucky. Yo, you gonna talk first, ain't you?
I am, because I'm a talker.
You
Hey, we're gonna head in. We're gonna look in your shop.
You gonna look at my junk?
But You know, I was giving you a hard time about your belly over there earlier, and it reminded me that you've done a lot of cooking on the Power Tour, haven't you?
I cooked several years for Vic Elderbrock on the Hot Rod Power Tour from Lake Charles, Louisiana to Salem, Virginia. And we fed 3,700 for him twice.
3,700 people twice. So we're not talking sandwiches, though.
We're talking 8 buffet lines, all you could eat, barbecue beans, slaw, tater salad, drinks, buns. All right, come on in here, Lucky. You're lucky. I'm lucky that you're here.
Wow.
This is
wow. Man, there's so much stuff in here. You know, I feel like those American pickers on TV when they walk in a building and they go, "Oh, it's a honey hole."
They'd slobber if they come here, wouldn't they?
Oh man, you got intake manifolds lined up. You got a Pro Mod. You got a race car. You got
That's a Pro Mod. That's a 4-second 8 mod. That's the only one in the United States.
Wow, man, you got pistons and cylinder heads and engine blocks and. Is that a blower over? You got so much stuff here. First off, right now we're behind this. We got this yellow car behind. Not a race car, obviously. Okay, so it's a factory 4-speed car.
Factory 4-speed, 396 Impala SS 6000 tack with a clock on the dash.
That's all factory stuff.
That's factory. How many of them have you ever seen?
And I don't know if I ever have seen any.
Yeah, it's the first one. That's the first one I ever seen.
You know, Larry, we were talking about this motor earlier. This is a motor that you and your son put together. But this is the kind of stuff you like to build. Yeah. Hardcore, GM parts.
Do it yourself.
You know, Edelbrock, Holley, SRP. You use good parts and you put it in the car and you go fast. You're bringing back cars the way they were back in 1966 and 67. And that's what people like. It's exciting. I don't know how to tell you this, Larry, but I think you got enough cars. You don't need new cars. You need to take the cars you got, wrap them up, put them in that trailer, take them to the track, and let other people besides you enjoy them.
Well, now I got a buddy coming down to meet you. You done met Bobby Umstead.
Oh yeah, Bobby's a great guy.
Bobby builds the chassis,
and he's smart. He knows how to build them right.
He's as good as you'll get. But if Bobby hadn't got involved with us, we would have done this.
But how does Bobby feel about getting back to the racetrack?
He's ready.
He's ready?
After this weekend at Jackson with the Quick Outlaws. And
he looked at him and he said, "You know, Larry, you and I, we could whip their ass." Is that what he said to you? Because I get the feeling that's what he's thinking.
Well,
he may not have said it, but I'm thinking that's what he's thinking.
Bobby wants to beat me, and he has, but I beat him.
Talking to Bobby here from Cars from Kids. Bobby, it's good to see you again. Saw you out at Pigeon Forge. And, you know, I got to mention that Larry is the guy that talks to everybody, and Larry is the face of Cars for Kids. But Bobby, you're kind of the man behind the scenes that actually makes a lot of this stuff happen. You're a fabricator. You're a well-known racer. You know chassis. You know engines. You're kind of the man behind the man, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm the one that does all the hard work.
Yeah, but it's not just the hard work. You're also kind of the brains of the outfit. No offense to Larry, of course.
Anybody's just smarter than Larry.
Well, I didn't say that. But, you know, Larry has told me many, many times that you're responsible for making stuff work. He says, I've got the car, I've got the parts, but Bobby really knows how to bring it together and make it work.
Well, I try.
But tell us a little bit about your history with drag racing, because Larry was telling us about you driving a car and getting behind the wheel of a blown car and setting a track record, but I know it wasn't the first time you've driven a drag car.
No, I started racing in 1969 in a new 69 Ford Torino 428 Cobra Jet. And I ran that car. The first time I was out with it, it was pure stock. And a Roadrunner beat me. So I went back home and ordered me a bunch of parts.
You didn't like the fact that that Roadrunner beat you.
And never was beat again as long as I drove that car in
Wow.
stock classes.
Wow, that's great.
I ran at Lakeland and Halls and Riverside, up at Nashville, Union Hill, and never was beat in my class.
So you didn't win by having more horsepower than the other guys. You won by sorting out the chassis, making everything work, maximizing what you had.
Right.
And I've been telling Larry, you know, Larry, it's time to get out there and go drag racing. You've got a lot of fame. You've got all these shows on TV. You've got all these videos. People know who you are. It's time to get out and hang out with the people and springboard that into something else. And he's got several cars here. What do you think about that?
Well, I think Larry is just getting lazy. And,
Hey, tell another joke, Bobby.
and well, yeah, we need to be doing that.
I know he seems to have several cars here. Which one do you think would be the best one to take to the track?
Well, I would like to see the 63 with the 4-speed Lenco and a clutch car.
That's the car we saw on the trailer with the black with the flames on
Right.
it. And that's a beautiful car. And it looks like it's pretty much good to go.
It is. It's ready to race.
I mean, it's not just a nice car. It's a really nice car. And I think people would really like to see that at the track due to the fact that you don't see many cars like that.
It's a good car.
Now, that means a lot coming from you, because if it wasn't built right, you would say, oh, no, that ain't it. That ain't good.
I wouldn't be scared to drive it.
Hey, we may let Bobby drive it the first time because he likes to pull that Lenco.
Well, what do you think, Bobby? Does that sound like that'd be something good?
It'd be real good.
I know you know how to do it. You
I would
got
like
the
to do it.
experience. You know how to drive. You've set the track record before at a track. And I think the combination of you and Larry would be unstoppable because you're the smart one. You do all the hard work and all the driving, and Larry talks a lot.
Right. That's a good
Thanks,
combination.
Lucky. Thanks, Lucky. Oh, you won.
Well, you know, I want to let you know it's great to see you again. I enjoyed meeting you the first time out at Pigeon Forge, and I'm just so happy that Larry's got a good friend like you that he can depend on to help him out. And you know what? I know you. I've met you before, and I know you're the kind of guy that if you don't think something's a good idea, well, you're going to speak up and say, Larry, that ain't a good idea.
Right.
You know, I just got to say, I know I'm from California. I'm not from the Deep South. But it's time for all us people to get along. The Ford people, the Chevy people, the Mopar people. We got to all come together and just go drag racing, you know. I know there's a little resentment there about that Roadrunner that beat Bobby the first time he went racing. But Bobby got over it. And, you know, the main thing to remember is it's not about the brands or the names. The thing to remember is about there's a lot of drag racers out there that would love to see you guys at the track drag racing. And you don't have to win. You don't have to set the world on fire. But, man, there's a lot of people
Just need to be there.
that would love to see you there. And so, yeah, that's right. All you got to do is be there. So, Bobby, thank you so much.
I'm honored to meet you and have you for a friend.
Appreciate it. I think we're done.
That's what John Gore said.
I think so too.